Hey guys, I wanted to talk about this thing right here. This is my modded CPR overflow box, um, and it's kind of unique because I don't think this is what was intended with all this space here. I could be wrong, but what I did, and I kind of saw this on some other overflow boxes, is they have one bulkhead that just goes straight in the tank, and they have one standpipe. This one doesn't. It really just has this actually right here. It has the bulkhead screen that sits in here, and then the water comes over, makes a ton of sound, and then continues down in the tank, splashing around and all this stuff. So I was like, okay, well, if I can function stack and kill two birds with one stone, why not? So there's very little sound coming off of this. I don't even think you can hear it. If you do, it's from the micro bubbles down here. But it basically rolls off this and just goes right down into this standpipe right here. Right there. And before it does that, it actually has holes in the PVC down here, all the way around here, and just small enough that the sand doesn't really get through. And you can see that it's working because there's water running on here, if you can kind of see it, and it's coming through this. So I know that water's flowing through this, and I know sand holds a lot of surface area. So it's basically just a sand filter that you have on a pool or something like that. It absolutely works, and my water quality and the clarity of my water has, like, you can see it. If you do a white bucket test to see how dirty the water is, it's a very, very light yellow color, if any at all. Anyway, so what I did for this is I unscrewed the bulkhead, I flipped it upside down, I put in a 1-inch PVC pipe, cut it so it would, if you put it any higher than this, it actually doesn't flow through the tank, because it's above the level that it needs to pull through, so it's doing too much work. I'm not really sure, but if you get it right at this level, it has enough water to flow over, and it works. And the other thing that I've done is basically it's kind of the rotor tube style, but without the kind of T right here, which that works too. But the cool thing is I can take this off if this gets clogged, which it doesn't. I don't think I've ever had it clogged other than with Kato. It actually has, you can see the Kato in there. It works and it grows. And as it grows, it literally sheds out and goes into the sump. So it almost prunes itself. It's really cool. The other thing I've done is I took this, let's see if I can get it out. I took this guy. So as you can see, there is a limewood, it's like a Lee's limewood stone, and it fits perfectly in there, and it doesn't restrict water flow at all. As you can see, the water flows right through the limewood. That's what it's supposed to do. And it basically makes it so I can micro bubble scrub in this tank, and literally, like, the lights stay on 24/7. I have no algae, don't have any problems, and it actually gets pumped up into the display tank, the actual big tank, a lot, and it still works. I'm not getting too many micro bubbles where it doesn't look good. Anyway, so that's what I've done with that. And it works. The other thing that I learned is I went to the beach, and there's this stuff called sea purslane right here, and a lot of people have mangroves in their tank, and those work too. They don't really do that well in my tank because I don't think there's enough nutrients. These guys suck them out too fast. But this sea purslane actually there's sand in this, and it's wicking up, just barely touching the surface there of the water. And it kind of goes off of this light here, and grows, and it's working. I mean, it's kind of yellow. I think maybe the salinity is a little too high for its liking, but if it can grow right up against the beach and get, you know, at high tide it gets water, then it's fine. So we'll see how that works, but I think it's working. I read some articles and some scientific stuff on that, and it's possible. All right, see you guys later.